What's up guys, Austin from Billetworkz here. Today I'm going to show you how to install your Billetworkz shift knob and CVT lockout system in your CVT Subaru. Now this will replace your factory shift knob, and our lockout system replaces the functionality of the button on the factory shift knob. Now of course you can purchase our lockout system in multiple different colors. Also choose any Billetworkz shift knob, any shape, any color. We can add engravings to the top as well. Now we do have two different versions of the lockout system here. We have one for a CVT Subaru with a shift boot and one for a CVT Subaru without a shift boot. The non-shift boot version just has a taper on the bottom just for a cleaner finish. So let's get into the install. All right, so first step is to remove the boot from the factory knob. We'll just pull straight down on the boot and it'll unclip. If you don't have a boot, there will be a chrome plastic piece that you'll just pop down as well. Then that'll expose a metal clip. It's a little hard to see here. If you push that off, make sure it doesn't go flying. It's just a little metal clip that looks like this. It'll just push straight back. Then once you remove that metal clip, then the factory knob will just slide right out. I'm just going to grab the boot now and just pull straight up. And it shouldn't take much. I'm not going to pull it too much from one side yet. I'm just going to try and pull straight up from the front and the back, and that'll pop out of the clips. So the next step, since you do have a boot, you'll flip the boot inside out and you'll see a little metal clip here that I'll just kind of grab and remove. And then this retainer, plastic retainer, can get pushed out. We won't need that anymore. So now I'll slide the boot down back over. I'm not going to clip it back into place yet, I'll just push it down. Then you'll take your new Billetworkz shift knob and CVT assembly. This will probably be already fully assembled for you. So then all you have to do is just slide it down over. And what I suggest doing is pushing down on the lockout portion here to make sure it's fully down and seated. And then you can take your Allen wrench and tighten up the set screws. Next step is we're going to pull the boot up over the CVT adapter. And what I'll do is I'll kind of hold it in place and pull the boot and invert it. Might take a couple tries to get it. There we go. And then we'll take our low profile zip tie and we can find that groove of where the zip tie is going to sit. We can tighten that up. I'm just going to cut away the excess here. Then we can fold the boot back down. Make sure the boot is seated well with that zip tie here. That looks good. Then we can pop the trim back into place. Now if you do have an engraving on the top of the shift knob, all you'll need to do is before zip tying the boot, those 4 set screws, you can just loosen those up and just spin the entire assembly, then relock the set screws so then the engraving is straight. But I would recommend doing that before doing the shift boot, or if you don't have a shift boot, you don't even have to worry about that. Just use those 4 set screws to align the engraving. I'll just double check the functionality of it. I'm just going to turn the ignition on. Put my foot on the brake. Pull up. Then we can engage drive. I'm going to make sure that we can't put it in reverse or drive. Can put it in reverse. We can just push it back to drive. We can push it to neutral, but we can't push it to reverse. We have to pull up to get it in reverse. I'll go back to drive. We can put it in manual mode. Go back. and we're good. So this lockout here functions just like the factory button on the shift knob. So now we're finished, and now of course you can swap your knob out. This is our black with fire splash with our orange CVT adapter. Of course you can run any Billetworkz knob you want. This is our fusion knob here. It's a matte black with the leather core. This just threads on if you like the leather matching look. So now we're all finished. Now that I'm finished with the install, head over to our website. You can shop our different options, or if you have any questions, just shoot us an email. We'll see you next time.